भी आंदी है भैन जो जेडे लग स्पिनर को तगड़ा होंदा ना शुगर दी आंदी शुरू कर दी वो बड़ी खौफनाक आवाज है गांधी राम दा हर कुत्ते दे अपने रांदा ते क्या है मैंने कल भी चली चाची अली भैन ने पता तारी दा गिनते करे
Well, welcome to Sydney Parade, Saturday afternoon, second game of T20 here today. Some of you will have seen the first game, Pembroke against YMCA. It was a record-breaking game for YMCA. They won by 81 runs and also put together the largest opening partnership the Alan Murray competition has records for. 140 it was between Tim Tector and Adam Rossley, and what a partnership it was. 140 runs, beating the previous record of 133, which was scored by Kenny Carroll and Pat Collins back in 2014. And coincidentally, Kenny Carroll taking the field for Railway for this game, this T20 Alan Murray Cup game against Pembroke in Sydney Parade. The umpires heading out to the middle now. Evening, Henry. Henry Tighe, past president of both Pembroke and Monkstown. And there goes JP. Well, the 11 of Railway and 2 from Pembroke head out to the middle. Umpires retaining the same ends they did this morning. As regards the weather, well, there is some blue sky around, there are some dark clouds around, and there's an awful lot of fluffy clouds around. Let's hope we see some more of the blue sky. There was a shower between the two games earlier on. The forecast today was for 2 millimetres of rain. Is that 2 millimetres spread out across the entire county, or? I don't know. Anyway, we're starting to see a fair few people now walking through the ground on their way down to the Aviva. Lansdowne Road being used today by Leinster for the URC quarter-final. They're playing the Sharks from Natal. And opening the batting for Pembroke, as you see on your screen, Nick Stapleton and Dermot Tucker. Opening the bowling for Railway, Liam McCarthy. Well, Pembroke weren't too successful wielding the willow in the first game, and they'll be looking for more from this second game. And Railway will be looking to continue winning ways, having put away Terenure in the earlier game down in Terenure. First ball is clipped round on the leg side. Cleanly fielded, but nothing could stop the single there. And Pembroke are off the mark. And Nick Stapleton is off the mark. Scorers sat to my left are statisticians for the day. Our stonemasons. Judy Cohen from Railway Union. And Ada Lewis for Pembroke. There's a bad shirt night on tonight. That's why Leslie's wearing a Man City top and Kathy Murphy wearing a Railway top.
I didn't win when I wore my grey Man United top.
No. Another dot ball. Good start for McCarthy here. One always fears that come the second game of these double headers that players may stiffen up a bit between the games, and without a proper warm-up again, maybe find it hard to reach the same physical heights as in the first game. But at the moment, McCarthy certainly not showing any ill effects. This one swinging in on Dermot Tucker's pads, hitting him on around the toes. Plenty of encouragement from the Railway fielders now. As I see one William Dwyer walking up Cyril's way. Oh, that's a very good ball. That one cutting Dermot Tucker in half. Good length, got up nice and high. Dermot just doing well to keep his hands and bat out of the way. Well, what a good first over this is for McCarthy. Just the one single and then 4 dots. And this one's, he's been powered through the covers, through the fielder's hands. However, maybe it was that short shower earlier. The outfield not quite as fast, but just a single. And that's the end of the first over. And Railway will be delighted with that. Just the 2 runs from that first over. 1 each for Stapleton and Tucker. And those 2 singles bookending the over. Now we have the inevitable delay as the first field for the second over is set and adjusted.
Didn't look this time around. The stuff was pushing away. I couldn't get any straight from that.
Esmatullah Ibrahimi opening the bowling from the nursery end. And again, the over starts with a single. Good line, good length. Stapleton just keeping it out and now looking for the sight screen to be moved. Good afternoon, William. Sight screen suitably moved. Third ball of the over. Change of pace there. Still no word from oh, there is word. Oh, there we go. 183 for 9 Wicklow County got. So our 40 overs. That's a super piece of fielding off his own bowling. It prevents the single. Sends Stapleton scuttling back to his own end. So Pembroke fifths will require 184 from their 40 overs to beat Wicklow County. There's a big shot. Dermot Tucker pushing that one out to Cow. It won't reach the rope. The fielder will get there. But the question is, will Pembroke get 2 or 3? They settle for 2. And probably quite wisely. There wasn't a 3 there. So, 2 overs gone. There's the Pembroke side for you. No changes from the 11 who fell to defeat to YM earlier on today. Very fine performance by YM. Super knock from Tim Tector in that game. And Railway themselves did very well in their first game, knocking over, chasing down Terranier's total. Well, first wicket for Liam McCarthy in his second over. Well, that's not a good sign for Pembroke. First wicket goes back in the hutch. Here it comes now. Umpire Aidan Sievers raising the finger of doom. And Nick Stapleton finds himself back in the hutch. Top scorer in the Pembroke innings in the first game today. Well, he won't be that today. Danny Hogan now, going out at number 3. In again quite early. Well, that's just the start that Railway would have wanted and the start that Pembroke would have dreaded. Pembroke looking to set a total in this innings. Well, Liam McCarthy now. One wicket for just those 2 runs. And this is his 8th ball. And that one's nearly taking the edge of Hogan's bat and flying through to the keeper. McCarthy really warming up to his task now. Out there in his canary yellow. Strides and the green playing top. Short ball down the leg side. Aidan Seaver straight away, signalling wide. And that's a run that Pembroke will be grateful for. Danny Hogan finally getting bat on ball. He'll be happy to feel that. Flew out to the gully. McCarthy goes short this time. Danny Hogan plays it down at his feet, looks for the possibility of a run. One of the advantages of being so tall as Danny is the ability to get on top and play stuff down. I'm hearing the people on the bouncy castle more than people inside. Big swing from Danny Hogan, looking to smash that through the offside. Unfortunately for that to happen, ball's got to come off the bat. Oh, Railway's tails will be up at this stage. 7 for 1, and we're in the 3rd over now. Pembroke having to be a bit patient. Opportunities will undoubtedly come, but at the moment McCarthy is bowling exceptionally well. Going short to Hogan, that could have gone anywhere, and it went straight up in the air. Managed to find turf before the fielder. End of the over. 7 off 3, just the 1 wicket down, that of Nick Stapleton. Trapped LBW by Liam McCarthy. Ibrahimi to continue from the nursery end now. Had a very good first over, just the 4 runs coming from it. Sun disappears behind another cloud. It'll be a while before we see him again. But as yet, it's been a almost completely dry day. Just that short shower between the games. And Tucker has gone big, he's gone straight, there's a fielder there, he doesn't get to it. 2 runs picked up, but it was in the air, and it was in the air for a very long time. But the fielder just couldn't get that. Stuck out one hand, hopefully, and that was never going to be enough. This time it's driven straight back down the ground, and mid-off has played an absolute blinder there. Down like a goalkeeper. Philippe Leroux, fine piece of fielding. He may have, in fact, just stretched his shoulder a little bit more than he would have wanted to. That's a fine bit of cricket. Yep, Leroux, he just ginger with his right arm there now. Going down the leg side, signalled a wide, taken as a wide. Ibrahimi accelerating into the wicket, and that was a very thuddy sound. That sounded definitely like it was hitting plastic. Just getting Danny Hogan squared up. Danny just taking a few deep breaths. Now advances down the track and once again gets hit by the ball. That's sometimes the reaction of a batsman to being hit in such an area. Just come down the track at the bowler, very next ball. Something to do with a rush of adrenaline. And there it is. There's the rush of adrenaline out to cow corner. And there's no point running for that because that's going to run underneath the covers. 4 runs to Danny Hogan, and he'll feel a bit better about that. Maybe a bit better about what happened 2 balls ago. Well, that was a super shot from Danny Hogan. It's the first boundary of the innings. And it was a fine shot. Definitely keen to take this bowler on now. Clips him round the corner for a single. Direct hit would have had Tucker in a bit of trouble there. No overthrows. There's enough people covering. And that's the end of the 4th over. Yep, 4 overs gone. Ian McCarthy starting his 3rd over. Well, he's bowled so well so far, keeping the pressure on the batsman. It could go one of 2 ways. That one crashing into Dermot Tucker's midriff. Both batsmen now suffering blows against the person rather than the equipment. This has been a very good spell by McCarthy. You can see why his captain kept it on, although he may also Be wishing that he'd kept a couple of his overs to the end of the innings. Oh, this one comes off the edge of the bat and flies down to third man. There is a fielder there, but they're going to take him on. And he's given out. He came back for two, and he has sacrificed his wicket there. The big dive, not enough to save him. Well, it all happened there. Nice shot. They decided to look for two. It was Dermot who made the call. Thought he'd get there, but the throw was accurate enough. And the wicketkeeper had time to take the bails. Well, the second wicket falls in the fifth over. 17 on the board. Incoming batsman for Pembroke, JJ Garth. JJ made a quick 6 or so in the first game, I seem to remember. And he comes in with his side once again, reeling with the loss of wickets. JJ getting on top of that one, just keeping it down, keeping it out. Again, Railway will be very happy with the way this power play is going for them at the moment. There is some glorious blue sky out there now. Just sort of there in front of you. There's plenty of big blue sky up there. It's just a shame about the fluffy whites. And this one big, heavy, dark cloud off to our right. There she comes. It's only a small one, but we don't know what that one holds. Change of bowling now from the nursery end. Bowler's name? Fakar Zeman is the bowler who's come on. Keeper standing up to him with a helmet on. All the fielders on the offside inside the circle. There's a deep long on, deep wide long on. And a man square on the boundary. Neither of them required, as the first ball he tosses up. JJ Garth plays all around and it crashes into middle stump. That is Danny, is it? Danny Hogan. He's going to be disappointed with this. Is this slow motion or actual speed now? Because it seemed that slow, and he's just inside edged the most innocuous ball onto his middle stump. And that's the end of Danny Hogan. That's not good. Well, the new batsman out there now, Greg Hollins. Two new batsmen, yet to score a run between them. And Pembroke in a little bit of trouble here now. 18 for 3. Good loud call from Hollis. He's not going to leave anybody in any doubt. Dead ball signalled. Looking to cut that one down behind square on the offside. Run it down to third, or perhaps finer if he can. That shot carries its own risks. This one a good bit of bounce for the bowler. Collins looking to get that one away, but that concludes the over with a dot ball, and that's a very fine over. Wicket maiden. Change of bowling now. Liam McCarthy having done his job, his captain wanting to keep one of his overs for the end of the innings. And a change of bowling here. That's the power play done and dusted now. And the new bowler from the St John's end will be Alan Joseph Matthew. And Pembroke still 18 for 3 from 6 overs. JJ Garth just punching that one 30 yards. They jog through for the single. Hollis just playing the same shot as JJ, and they pick up another single, and that brings the score on to 20. Nicely dropped down to third, but there's a fielder there on the ring. 30 yards out, and the ball shot down to him, and Hollis immediately saw how cleanly he'd fielded it, and there was never going to be a single there. Just tucked away on the leg side, take the single, rotate the strike. Greg Hollis has run the first one exceptionally quickly. He was keen to look for a second, but the keeper, having run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, across 9 pitches to get to the ball, manages to stop them taking even a single. Another good tight over this for Railway. Greg Collins alert to any opportunity. And that's the end of the over. 7 down, 22 on the board. And 3 wickets back in the hutch for Pembroke. The Alan Murray Cup now, been going for many years. As you can just have a quick look through the Pembroke card as it is so far. Not the prettiest story you've ever seen. There's the Railway figures. Railway will definitely be a lot happier. 1 for 5 for Liam McCarthy and 1 for 0 for Zaman. Starting with a wicket maiden. That's the dream. And unsurprisingly, his captain is sticking with him. Through for the single, good call. Sorry? She's talking to you or me? Very late onto that. Misfield lets the ball through. Well, taking the runs when they can. Pembroke trying to build a bit here now. Oh, and the good work is undone as Hollis comes down the track to Zaman and he gets stumped quite comprehensively. Next batsman out then, Dara Cosgrave, as here you see the demise of Greg Hollands. Doesn't even look back for the umpire's decision. He knows what's about to happen and he heads off on his way. Well, this has certainly not been the power play that Pembroke wanted. 4 down, 3 downs in the power play, 1 down in the first over after, second over after. This is the 8th, of course. And one would have to say it hasn't been Pembroke's day with the bat. So 8 wickets gone, 4 wickets down, 8 overs gone, 4 wickets down, and 26 on the board. JJ Garth has moved on to 5, and McDarragh, he's on 6. He is number 6. He wishes he was on 6. Matthews has started his second over. His first went for 5. Just a single to Garth. You could see the two batsmen were eager to investigate if there was possibly a second on. But it wasn't to be. There's already been 1 run out in this innings. Ball pushed into the pitch a bit more. Another single for Pembroke. That pace, change of pace and trajectory. Dara taking his time to make sure he made the right call, and the right call was no. 2 balls remaining in this over. Again, just pushed into the leg side for a single. All the railway bowlers have been very good with their line and length, nothing too loose. There haven't been too many boundaries for Pembroke in this innings. So that ends the 9th over with just 28 on the board. Hi, Kira. 4 wickets down. And this will be the last over before the halfway mark. Well, it's no surprise they're leaving Zaman on. Darrett looking for the big hit there, getting the big inside edge. And the only result was the big dot in the air, but hit past the fielders in the ring. But it will just be a single again. Good fielding from Railway. Look, a well-drilled, experienced team. Just drawing the batsman forward into his shot, looking for that stumping again. Don't know quite what Zaman was trying to do there. One would say just keep doing what you've been doing for the first 2.5 overs. On this occasion, wide signalled. Well fielded. Nice pick up, turn and return. Captain Philip Leroux has got to be happy at this stage. Everything he's doing is just right, and even that, he moved himself back to the rope. Oh, he's staying back there now for both batsmen. Good fielding from Liam McCarthy. Well, that's halfway through the Pembroke innings so far. 34 for 4. Whereas what we saw in the first innings of the first game this morning, well, there you go. That is a worm chart, that, isn't it? The 5th over proving to be Pembroke's most successful so far, it looks. That's finally one that the batsman's been looking for. Taking it on the full. They're going to get 2 for this. Punching it into an open space. Had to be chased down, and that was worth the additional run. Another single taken, another one onto the total. Another single taken. This time clipped away. Still only going to be a single. McCarthy again active in the field. This time it's hit past his left hand. It's going to go out to the sweeper on the boundary, and he's going to keep it to a single. "11 overs gone. The score has moved on to 39 for 4. Batsmen to have parted so far: Nick Stapleton, Dermot Tucker run out. Danny Hogan, well, he had an inside edge, crashed into middle. And Greg Hollis, well, he took a step too far down the track to the spinner. And he was stumped. So Zaman now to continue his 4th over. Been successful so far. Cosgrave thought that one was there to drive in the air and then decided against it and ended up just pushing it out to the fielder on the ring. Going to take the single this time as it's punched down the ground. This time he's gone big, it's gone to the fielder, and the catch is taken. Garth looking to accelerate the rate, and all he's done is accelerate the rate at which wickets are falling. 5 down now, 42 on the board. Just didn't get enough power onto that. And it fell very nicely into the fielder's hands. Now you can see he comes forward, gets hold of it, but all he's done is lift it far enough for the fielder to come in off the rope and be delighted with what in the end was quite a simple catch. 5 down now, Pembroke, 42 on the board. Paul Lawson coming out at number 7. Captain again finds himself in the middle too early. Just cut away past the man at slip. It'll just be a single. End of the 12th over. The score has moved on to 43 for 5. One thing that this competition is doing for Pembroke is giving some much needed experience to players like McDara Cosgrave. Few changes to the field. Man at fine leg comes and stands right in front of the scorers, and then is moved slightly wider. And it'll be Paul Lawson facing up to AJ Matthew. This innings going just about as well as Railway could have hoped. Keeping a tight hold on the run scored. Oh, just gets past the right outstretched hand of McCarthy. Another single onto the score, but that was very close to another wicket. Very nicely just chopped down onto. They'll take the single. Nice shot from Lawson. Just waited on the ball. Let it run off his bat down to short third. This one down the leg side, signalled as such by the umpire. Played away square on the offside. It will be just a single. Short breaking commentary as we have a change of bowling at the nursery end. .48 for 5 then, 12 overs gone, 13 overs gone, 7 to go. Well, this one's gone down the leg side and they're also going to take the bye. 2 more onto the total, and that's the half century up for Pembroke. It comes up in the 14th over. Brandon Kruger, this is bowling. Darren out. Oh, just keeping that one out. Well backed. Throw a bit wild for the wicketkeeper, but the backing up was absolutely spot on. Played nicely out down the ground towards us here at the score box. Well, by the scorer's box. This one played out on the leg side, but straight to the fielder, whose throw is exceptionally wild. But again, good backing up. A sharp single taken. And 1 ball remaining in this, the 14th over. Yeah. $14 overs gone then. Railway certainly aren't going to be overawed by a score of 55 for 5 off 14.
Back to the 20 years ago stuff where 100 on the board, 120 certainly you were thinking.
Well,
Days are gone.
6 overs to go, so what is Pembroke going to end up with? Are they going to set any sort of total that might even trouble railway? And certainly one has to say that Pembroke's chances of emerging from this group in the Alan Murray Cup, the T20 Leinster Trophy, oh, it's in the air, the fielder's there, the catch is taken. Another wicket falls, 6 down now. Here it is again. Lawson coming right across and then just chipping it. Fielder had plenty of time to set himself, and he made absolutely sure. There'll be a disappointed skipper making his way to the sidelines. New batsman in the middle now. Zach Micklewright. Comes in with the score, 55 for 6. Pembroke made just over 100 in their first game, but that was when they were chasing. And they were chasing a massive total there. Wham batted very well in their innings. Canilev bowling now from the St John's end. Starts off by digging one in. Micklewright gets off the mark. Another one dug in short. This time played away, behind square on the leg side. And another single onto the total. It's been a while since we saw a boundary, Niall. Niall's nodding.
Only have one.
Is there only one so far? Another one put in short, and this time pulled away by Zach Micklewright. And there we go, another boundary, just as we were talking about it, just as we knew that at this stage of the innings, Pembroke do need to get on with it now if they're going to post any sort of defendable total. Well, it was a good shot from Micklewright. Will he follow it up now? He comes down the track again, pushes it out on the leg side. The bowler picks it up, fires at the stumps, and that might have been tight. Suddenly a bit of excitement, bit of life into this game. Quickly taken single. Bowler couldn't quite get through from his follow-through, but he did pick it up cleanly. Certainly did serve warning on the batsman that he's more than capable of getting to those. Another one dug in short, and this time belted away on the leg side. Goes square, bounces into the fence for 4. Canilev, he finishes his first over, and although he picked up a wicket with his first ball, 1 for 11 off his first over. Well, we now enter the last quarter of this innings, and Pembroke will want to take it on. That certainly has been the most successful over so far for Pembroke. This Still doesn't make great reading, but at least moving in the right direction at the moment for Pembroke. No worm this time then, no?
What did the worm do?
Oh, so I was
That was going to be the more entertaining one.
I was expecting it after seeing the Manhattan. Well, 66 for 6. Batsman number 6 is on 16 and batsman number 8 is on 6. Lots of sixes. Pushing through here, single taken. Well, that ruins the 66 for 6. Now 67 for 6. Brandon Kruger. Just making adjustments to his field, especially on the leg side. Bowling with a 4-5 field. Obviously hoping to cramp batsman here. He now has the left-hander. And now it becomes a 5-4 field. That's big. That's onto the roof. And Zach Micklewright, he plonks a 6 right onto the roof of the clubhouse. And that is gratefully received by the Pembroke score. Here it is again. It's got to be the batting highlight of the innings for Pembroke as far as they're concerned. And he just connects with that. And then the big blue yonder sky. Well, that's the shot of the day as far as Pembroke are concerned. Well,
yeah, but it might be on the back roof. On the back, keep going.
oh, the ball re-emerges. Anyone want to put a guess on who it is up on the roof? No, it's not the same ball. That came out of Kevin's hand. And who found that? Original ball returned. Now, can Zach recreate that shot? Well, he blasts it down to the Willfield gate, and that beats the fielder, and that's 10 off 2 balls. That's very good from Micklewright. Oh, the worm has definitely turned here. Laid away just on the offside this time, just for the single. 13 of this over, 1 ball to come. That could be the one from this morning. Big swing of the bat, straight into Kruger's foot. Took all the momentum out of it. Kept it to a single. Saved another 3 runs off his over, as it was. 14 from that over. That's Pembroke's best over by a long way. And as promised, Niall is going to bring up the worm. Well, didn't that take a little upturn? Yes, it did. Well, $24 more balls to go. 80 for 6 now. These two putting together a little bit of a partnership. 25 they've put on now in just a couple of overs. Well, bowler would have been smarting after that first over. 11 runs coming off it after taking a wicket. However, Pembroke will want the same again if they're to post anything like a competitive total. Advancing down the track, smacking it in front of square on the offside, down towards the railway. And the fielder down there just keeping it to a single. So in Pembroke's second innings today, they've now, in a total of the first and second innings, have now reached YM's score. The winning margin was 81 runs.
Mikey.
Premeditation there, one felt from Cosgrave. Ooh. Not middling that one, but getting enough of it to take the single. In fact, not middling it probably helped the single being a lot easier than it could have been. SMC Print and Design, well, they're still front and centre on our sight screens. It's gone in the air, the fielder's there, he's taken the catch, and that's the end of young Zach Mickle-Wright. And that's 83 for 7. Mickle-Wright falling for 19. A few big blows in that. And it was chasing for more runs that caused him the problem. That's Joe, JP. First few drops of rain falling. Little bit of drizzle. Out comes the tarp. Tucked away on the offside. They'll look for two, but there isn't two there. 84 for 7 now. Played away. Ibrahimi. He's back on at the nursery end. Played away through extra cover. There's a fielder there. They are looking for the 2 and they will make it.
On slow.
Nicely waited for the slower ball. Recognised it as such and then just tapped it down, short third. Clubbed out to square leg for another single. This is the 18th over now. It's all or nothing time for Pembroke. Long off, coming in a few yards just to collect that and keep it to a single. 18 overs gone, 2 to go. And as I say, a few drops of rain starting to fall now. This could be the rest of the 2 millimetres we were promised today. It could be we're going to escape the worst of this as one of the clouds is heading out over the Dublin Mountains and the other one slipping down the Liffey Valley, albeit on the south side of that valley. 12 balls remaining. Pembroke still 11 short of a team 100. Well, bowler doing enough. Liam McCarthy, he's come back for his final over. They do say bowl your best bowler in the 19th. And one has to say that so far today, McCarthy has been the best bowler. Good ball through to the keeper. Another swing, another miss, another one through to the keeper. This is going to be frustrating, Joe. Another swing, another miss, another one through to the keeper. Well, it needs connecting on the top so it closes. Another dot ball, and what an over that is from McCarthy. That has emphasised the dominance that Railway have had in this innings. They've kept Pembroke so far down to 89, and there's just 6 balls remaining in this over. Again, the loss of early wickets today has cost Pembroke this afternoon the same way it did this morning. First game today, they let YM get it up to a very, very good total. Failed to chase it down by 81 runs, which by anyone's guess is a large margin. Good change of pace from the bowler, but McDara saw what it was. Got bat on it, takes the single. Well, the rain does seem to be getting a little bit heavier now, although one has to say it's still exceptionally light. They're not going to be coming off of this. This time Joe plays it down the ground, just a single. And looking at the clouds, it's I'm going to be a short shower, even if it is that bad. Hit straight back at the bowler, another dot ball. They try and take the single. Misdirected throw means that Pembroke get another one onto the total. Last ball of the first 20 overs. Ibrahimi. Gets one, takes the edge, caught behind, and that's the 9th wicket down off the last ball of the innings, and Railway Union will be looking for 93 to win this Alan Murray game. Here's a replay of the final wicket to fall, caught behind. Just enough away movement to take the edge of the bat, and the umpire concluding the innings. 92 for 9. Railway will require 93 and will return for the start of the second innings in about 10 minutes or so. Thank you.
I don't want to be down here either, but oh well.
I'm still in Pembroke. Sorry? First game. We've got, no, I'm back four. They've got music playing on, blasting it out. Anyway, did you have a nice time? Okay, alright, I'll give you a buzz when I get home. I'll talk to you later. Alright, love you. Bye.
Yeah, we're happy to go out in this, yeah. Going out one of us? Tell the boys early. 4 minutes.
Yeah, I think it stopped. Target is 93.
Oh, yeah.
What's it talking about? I don't know, we got to get back out there. We got it. Actually,
Did you get it?
I got it.
Oh, perfect. Happy days.
I didn't.
No, I was in there late.
We have to do that.
Somebody's right here. Somebody tell them they're playing in the rain. And I don't like that.
What's that? I don't like it.
So you got to
Sorry, move to one side so I can see what's going on. How are you?
I'm glad the rain is stopping there, yeah?
Someone needs to take these only on my bike. Can you take these out? Or is that too much? Thank you, Dad.
Well, welcome back. Railway's pursuit of 93 for victory is underway. In fact, they only need another 90. One over gone so far. Paul Lawson now bowling from the nursery end. The rain seems to have passed us now. The clouds a lot higher. This one a bit looser. It's hit away towards the leg side boundary. It'll be pulled up in front of the rope. Well run by Railway. Well, the weather between innings would obviously make Railway very aware of DL. But with such a low total to chase, one can't see it being too much of a problem. Azir Sultan opening with Kenny Carroll. These two had a most successful morning as they helped Railway Union chase down Terranier's total. Leinster and the Sharks going well in the Aviva. They're into the second half now. And that's my explanation for being late back for the second innings. Some of you might, of course, be recording it and not wish to know the score. Who am I to ruin your day? Oh, big slash, it's in the air. Pooh Sharma after it. He gets to it on the first bounce, but gets away with it, does Kenny Carroll. And if Pembroke are to successfully defend this low total, then one thinks they're going to need early wickets and plenty of them in the power play. Two overs gone then, 11 on the board. I'm trying to run right here with such a low total, just over 4.5. Stapleton, 3 came off his first over. He'll be looking for the breakthrough. Good bit of pace there. Just the direction lacking somewhat. It's one less that Railway require. So yeah, Garth picking that one up. One of the better fielders in the club. He's taken his fair share of spectacular catches and super run-outs. He had one game last year where 4 run-outs were the result. 3 of them were directly down to him. Nice smooth action. Gets that one just to move away from the batsman. Well, it's not a thrilling total to be defending, 92, 81 required. Coincidentally, the margin of victory YM had over Pembroke in the first game today. Sure, Sultan. Looking very comfortable. Stapleton follows through, goes for the football kick, misses completely. Stick to the cricket there, Nick. But his action to run down the wicket that quickly certainly made the batsman think twice about taking a run. Another good ball from Stapleton. Another day that would have been a definite edge. But on this occasion, one ball left in this, the third over. Another one edged through to the slip, and it's taken there. Danny Hogan taking a fine catch. Sultan falls to the last ball of Stapleton's second over, and that's the first wicket down, and the Pembroke bowling attack already having had quicker success than they did in the first game today. Well, that one just flew off the edge.
And I didn't have to change camera, but I did.
Stapleton coming in, bowling from the middle of the crease. You can see it was moving away straight away, and then Danny Hogan taking the simplest of catches. And the first wicket falls with 12 on the board. Sultan falls for 5 off his 8 balls. Strike rate of 0.6250. Fine catch by Danny Hogan. Gets the Pembroke bowling on the board. 1 wicket down. 12 runs.
Why?
Paul Lawson. First ball. 2 full. Low full toss. Put back over his head for 6. As you may be able to hear, first Holy Communion taking place in the bar today. So Paul Lawson again from the nursery end. This one's played by Kenny Carroll. 4 through extra cover. Beautiful shot, waited on it and put it exactly where he wanted to. Nice shot. Already this second wicket partnership, 10 from 2 balls. .70 required now for Railway for victory in this Alan Murray Cup group game. Pembroke's record so far, 2 defeats. Two defeats and 1 rained off. It's their fourth game. He's looked to go big. He's gone past the fielders. It's another boundary, another 4. Kenny Carroll in no rush. Well, in a rush. Whether he wants to catch the end of the Leinster game or get home in time for qualifying for the Grand Prix. Just a naturally talented batsman. He's been doing this for so many years now, and he's put that one up in the air, and it's there to be caught, and it's gone over the fielder's head. Never set, never got the ball to his hands. Well, that could have been a big wicket for Pembroke. Unfortunately, it went down. We see it again here now.
Whoa! How much hours were you here for?
Lawson, bottom hand coming off the bat. You could see Lawson getting it to come off the top edge, and it just fell from the hands. Lawson head in hands. So, 4 overs, 5 overs gone, 4 overs gone. 4 overs gone, 29 on the board, 21 of them to Kenny Carroll. Oh, this one flies past the slips, down to third. Stapleton getting another edge, 2 slips in place now. Good ball, just played out. They know how much time they have here. They're up in at number 3. He knows all he has to do is get Kenny Carroll the strike and take it from there. Still feels cold enough that there's rain around. Clipped away to the boundary. That's the first boundary for Mehra, and he'll be delighted with that. Just clipped off his legs, 4 runs down to the clubhouse. Nicely played, nice cricket all round, good delivery. Given the respect it deserved, just played out in the offside. 59 required. 15.2 overs to go. Pembroke need wickets, and they need plenty of them. They need a cluster here. That's a better ball. Getting through the batsman's defences, through to his unprotected leg, it would seem. The way he's giving it a little rub there. Well, I suppose the best thing to do there is to make sure you hit the ball in the first place. Dog in. And that's the end of Stapleton's 3rd over. The score has moved on to 34 for 1. Carroll's made 22 of those, and it's just taken him 14 balls to do so. Scoring at about 150 at the moment, Kenny Carroll. And to be honest with you, I can't see that rate slowing anytime soon. Sight screen being moved now. Change of bowling. Looks like McDarragh Cosgrave coming on from the nursery end. Zach, is it? The left arm of Zach Micklewright being employed from the nursery end. He completes his warm-ups.
What the fuck happened, bro?
Well, this one beats batsman, keeper, boundary. 5 wides to start. These runs, Pembroke defending, just slipping away. Things like 5 wides aren't going to help. Well, that'll be signalled as a wide too. That's 7 off the over. That's a much better delivery.
More moments like that, I'd be thinking, I'd like them to hit.
Good pace from young Zach. Oh, that's a misfield. JP would be disappointed with that. It's cost a run. .42 for 1. Certainly, if Railway were to bat or have to bat their 20 overs, A, I'd be surprised, and B, one would feel that they'd reached their total. Just 3.5 and over required. Another wide. Micklewright doesn't seem particularly happy with his landing spot. That's better. Kenny Carroll coming down the wicket and almost yorking himself. Last over of the power play now. Good work from Zach Micklewright there. getting through, scooping up the ball and throwing down the stumps. Unfortunately, the batsman had got there well before him. Score has now moved on to 44 for 1. Well, I thought there was 2 noises there. No. I think the bat was in front of the pad.
Let's have a laugh. You ready? Go on, Nick.
Well, Railway seem to be about 6 overs ahead at the moment. Well, at their current rate, they'll get there at about the 10th over. Projecting that line forward.
Slight contrast.
Yes. So Stapleton to bowl his final over. Captain Paul Lawson throwing all his cards at the table in an effort to make something happen. Just played out in the offside, take the single.
Come on, lads!
Kenny Carroll was on that 2007 World Cup squad at the West Indies that provided the spark to the bonfire that is Irish cricket. Just got the 1 game in that tournament. So 3 balls left in Nick Stapleton's spell. Oh, it's a cool, overcast evening. It started off as a cool, overcast morning. We have had some bright spells in between occasionally.
Go Nick, go Nick!
Play down the ground, the fielder chooses not to let go.
Go Nick, boy! Come on, lad!
And now Railway over halfway to their total, to their target, to their victory. Great news about the clouds anyway, is it's not just one blanket of cloud. It's a family of them. Wide ball. It is my firm belief that this song came out before the girl who's celebrating her Holy Communion was born. Here's one for you. If they had a reboot of Back to the Future and ran the same script with going back the same number of years, Marty McFly now would be going back to 1993.
After the film was out, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, Zach's going to have a second over here. Second go at these two. Bruce Springsteen last night, Katy Perry today. Well, that's a better start to his second over. Much better over this from Zach. Kenny Carroll, seeing how short that was dug in, waited on it. And then just played it around square leg, takes the single. Nicely clipped away. That's another run. Carroll looking again like he wanted to come down the track. Saw where it was pitched, took it off his hip, just played it around the corner, took his single. Experience and professionalism from Kenny Carroll. And he's looking to be there at the end to guide his side home. Well, that's the end of the over. That's 8 gone. The score has moved on to 51. Just 42 required now from 12 overs. And there is the railway card. Just that one wicket to fall. Caught Danny Hogan, bowled Nick Stapleton. Lovely delivery it was too. Good length. Pitched and just left the batsman a bit. Took the edge of his bat and flew through to Danny Hogan at slip. Pooh Sharma now on after Nick Stapleton. Just 41 required. Kenny Carroll has moved on to 26 from 24, but he's playing exactly the knock that his side needs. Big conference going on between captain, bowler and interested party. you.
Just deafen everyone.
So Pooh Sharma now to start his spell. Again, nice delivery, cramping the batsman, just playing it out on the offside. 2 dots in a row for Pooh Sharma now. He has a knack of taking wickets when they're needed. And by golly, do Pembroke need them now.
I'd say the double hat trick may be required.
Yeah. Another dot ball. Well, Railway batsmen both looking absolutely resplendent in their canary yellow and olive green. Pembroke in their traditional black and red. This is a good over for Sharma. Well, frustration coming in here. This is what pressure can do. Railway just need 41 from 12 overs. Well, 11.2, 11.1 overs. 67 balls to get 41. Ordinarily, you wouldn't even think twice. In IPL, you wouldn't even think 3 times. But here at Sydney Parade in the Alan Murray Cup, well, oh, through the air, past point and gully. First runs off the over. And that's what Pooh was looking for, one to be lifted into the gully. On this occasion, not meeting with the set field. Well, there are the bowling figures to date. Paul Lawson, well, the batsman took a severe liking to his bowling today. And that 1 wicket to fall to Stapleton. Mickle right now to continue. Left arm over. Nice delivery. Nice shape in it. Dot ball. Very tidy figures if you take the 5 wides and the 2 wides off that. He'd have been 6 for none off 2.5. Oh, but this time Kenny Carroll has found the gap and has clubbed it through wide mid-off. Kenny Carroll using all of his experience there, just waiting and waiting. Saw the ball he wanted and put it away. He moves on to 30 now. And this time, Mickle Wright has got Carroll. Carroll went to play him down to third. It was too tight on him. And instead, all he got was inside edge pad, ball onto stumps. 2 down then with 58 on the board. And Kenny Carroll departs for a well-made 30. Here's the replay of that wicket. Nice smooth run up. Good change of camera from Niall, and then you see just jammed in on him. Philip LaRue now. Going in at number 4 as Kenny Carroll trudges the last few yards to the rope and re-enters normal life and leaves behind his day's cricket. Captain LaRue now going out to the middle. His side just need another 35 runs. Greg Holland standing up to this now. And what a great take that was, first ball up. This time, LaRue very keen to get off the mark. Not going to happen with that delivery, with that shot, with that call. This time the ball flashes down to third man, and that third man is Pooh Sharma. So halfway through the innings, 10 overs completed. Mickle White now. 1 for 1. 1 for 18 off 3. Sharma now to bowl again from the St John's end.
Oh yeah, the door opens, killer.
Played out in the offside. Slight misfield isn't going to cost anything here. You going home? Well, 60 on the board now. Dead ball. Batsman still doing his gardening. What about it, Kenny? Just played out in the offside. Another dot ball. Well, Railway seem to be playing with the fact that they know that the run rate required is less than 3.5. Well, 6 runs, 6 onto the total. Score moves on to 66. Nearly took somebody out.
What?
Nearly took somebody out. McDara there, saving the boundary, just.
I resisted hitting the replay. But down was last ball to the over there.
And now Zach Mickle-Wright. He'll be bowling his final over here, I think.
Do you reckon that's before the mother of the child was born? You probably.
Fielder's going to cut off the boundary, but won't stop them picking up 2. Doesn't make any difference. Clipped away towards square leg. Another single. This will be LaRue onto strike. And bring the score up to 70. 23 required now. 8 wickets in hand. And 8 point.
Each time I look inside, I half wonder, am I going to see stream's gone, it's down, it's copyright's taken over.
Yes, the irony of this program having to be taken down because of Agadoo in the background. Oh, great piece of fielding in the ring. Still will get the single, but that's a super piece of fielding, and that did sting. Yeah, black lace. Black Lace getting a royalty check from Pembroke. That would be a laugh.
I was as much thinking the bare necessities than Disney.
Oh, Disney would be all over it. Super piece of fielding that by Paul Lawson. Still leading by example out there. Not easy circumstances, not an easy day for him. But he supports Arsenal, so what is an easy day for him? Jonathan Garth there, making the extraordinary look ordinary. Off the inside edge, but it doesn't matter. It squirts away down to cow corner, and it's going to reach the rope, and does. 4 more onto the total. Score moves on to 75. $18 required from 8. That's Zach Micklewright's spell done. He ends up with figures of 1 for 26. And again, you take the extras off that, and 1 for 19 would have been very good off from 4 overs. Pooh Sharma it is now. Bowl from the far end, from the St John's end, from the Sydney Parade end. This one comes off a leading edge. They can't stop the single though. $76 for 2 now. 17 more required. Will Pembroke be able to capture any more wickets in these 17 runs? Well, that's pulled out. That goes down towards the gate. Cow corner. Dale, the ever-present Dale, clambers over the fence to fetch it. 4 more onto the total. 13 required. See you soon. Bell family heading for the gates. And with 13 runs required, who can blame them? Five wides. Score moves on to 85. And just 8 required. At 1.07 and over. I do so hope that it doesn't go to the last ball. And with shots like that, it's not going to. 4 more straight back down the ground, 89, and 4 required for victory. And one gets the feeling that Pembroke players will be delighted to see the back of this day. And in fact, the back of this competition. Expensive over so far, 15 from it. It seems the thirds are making their way back from Railway now. I see Noah Smith and Phil Blackley. Wide ball, 2 required. There's one of the 2, and he'll drop back to whence he came. That's 2 runs, that's the win, and Railway win this one by 8 wickets. So for Pembroke today, it's been defeat by 81 runs against YMCA and by 8 wickets against Railway. And we look forward to the 50 over competition starting, and Pembroke perhaps some returning players for them. Good professional performance from Railway. Pembroke again, not enough runs. It's been a club-wide problem for a couple of years, and on this occasion, it's the first team who suffer with it as well. Well, that's a tough day's work for the boys. They'll have earned a nice, quiet refreshment after that. Liam McCarthy is my man of the match. His bowling at the start, lovely and tight, and took a few wickets. Player of the game. So as the players leave the field, I will thank you for your time and your attentions today. We may not have had the results we were looking for as Pembroke supporters, but either way, we saw some fine cricket today. Tim Tector's 81, Adam Rossley, catches, stomping, runs, YM's dominant performance in the first game of the day, and then Railway, fresh off their triumph over Cheronier, have set up what will be an intriguing couple of games against YM, and the very best of luck to both of those teams. That's a good win. So thank you very much, and our next broadcast, who's here tomorrow now? I don't know if I'll be here. The next home game tomorrow on Sunday is the Twos playing in a 50 over game. 50 over game. There's a good chance I won't be here, so. It's in YM.
I think they're playing.
All right. Oh. Well, for those of you who make the journey down or watch Niall's broadcast, we thank you greatly. I'd like to thank Niall again and thank the umpires, the scorers, and indeed thank the players for the day's entertainment. Once again, your definition of entertainment may be slightly different to mine. Still, the rain came at the right times, i.e. when there was no players on the pitch, and we got through those two games. And again, remember, we are still in early May. It's still springtime. It's still the time of showers. Right, time for me to sign off as you watch the players putting the covers on. Good to see the whole first team out there helping the groundsman. Used to be days when it was only one or two, and possibly from the crowd, who would end up helping the hapless groundsman. But on this occasion, plenty of help out there. And with the dulcet tones of ABBA in the background, I'm going to press mute and let you finish with Niall's scorecards and say thank you and good night.